Hi everyone, welcome to the special and mind-blowing session on Sudarshan World. Joining us today, a special guest because we are honored to have on board Udit Shah, who is all the way connecting with us from Ontario, Canada. Huge welcome to you, sir. He is a pharmacist by profession and a true Indian at heart. Apart from that, he is the director on board of the Canadian Organization of Hindu Heritage Education. And if I were to make a list, then I would say that he has been the editor of the book Bringing Indian Wisdom to American Schools that has been written by the renowned author Rajiv Malhotra. Apart from that, he has been also publishing several articles on health and cultural Indian education. So I think this one session is going to be damn fun and interesting for all our audience. And grab your seat because we are going to know about the blend of the Indian and the Canadian perspectives, of course. All right, sir. My very first question to you will be, please make us go through your entire journey. I mean, being an entrepreneur in India to establishing yourself in Canada. Please tell us.
Sure. First of all, thank you, Suresh Chavan KG. Thank you, Sudarshan TV, and thank you, Shweta ji, for inviting
Absolutely.
me. This is really an honor to someone who is just a very common Indian who is trying to live up to his responsibilities.
Yeah.
Having said that, I first want to you know. Uh, uh, make a statement that whatever I see I have done is not I have done, it is my responsibility because our Hindu Shastras teach us that when we are born with five runa,
Yeah.
and I am just trying to fulfill my responsibilities, my runa to my ancestors. So, whatever I am doing is all that responsibility of fulfilling my responsibilities. That's what I would like to say.
Yes, sir.
Having said that, now answer your question. So I was raised in a village where I studied up to high school, and then I moved to Mumbai for my higher education in
Okay.
university. So when I did my intermediate science, I tried to get admission into MBBS, but I lost that spot because I was short of 2 marks.
Okay.
So then I, took admission into pharmacy. After having graduated in pharmacy, I took a job in industry, a pharmaceutical industry in Mumbai,
Okay.
and I worked for 5 years in Mumbai. And then I got an opportunity to move to Middle East,
Okay.
where I got a job to work in the retail pharmacy.
All right.
So I went in 1982 to Moscow,
Okay.
and while I was there in 1984, there was assassination of Indira Gandhi and Rajiv Gandhi was uh, installed as prime minister.
Okay.
In few of his speeches becoming prime minister, he was kind of inviting youth to join politics to clean the dirt in the politics. So that actually kind of ignited passion in me that, oh my God, he wants to clean up the mess, and this is the right time because. And then he became darling of media and masses, where everybody started calling him Mr. Clean.
Yeah.
So that time, this whole thought triggered in me that, oh, I should also try and join politics. Honestly, so I started
Okay.
day and night thinking about that, what I should do for my Rashtra.
Yeah.
And then sometime later, I read an article in one Gujarati magazine about one Jain Muni who was running a school which was like Gurukulam in Navsari, which is near Surat.
Yeah, I know.
So
It's
there
nearby
he
that.
was basically providing, the valued education to build character, to create sanskari children.
Correct.
So that also kind of because his whole idea was that he wants to produce, good citizens to make our Rashtra great. So this kind of you know information, this kind of you know experiences kind of uh, kept churning in my head, and that actually pushed me to leave Muscat,
Okay.
Oman.
Okay.
After 3 years, I quit my job and I returned to Bharat.
Okay.
Then I went and met Baba Amte, who was an epitome of sacrifice, because
Yeah.
he was a, son of a landlord. He was a lawyer, and he sacrificed his life to the, to serve the lepers.
Yeah.
So I went to his ashram several times, and I tried to learn, how he was doing seva and what I could do. So things like that actually pushed me into this kind of mindset more and more. And then I started doing business, because I thought that if I become financially independent, I can retire early and contribute for whatever little I can for my Rashtra.
For
So
the
during
nation, of
those days,
course.
I was in Narmada Bachao Andolan, and after 3 4 years, I quit because some differences about their approach to solving water problem in Gujarat
Gujarat. Yeah.
and my. But anyway, after that, I, when I was doing my business, made some mistakes and I suffered losses. So that paved my way to Canada.
To
So
Canada.
that brought me to Canada, and then here I started, working hard for getting my license.
Okay.
Um, so I did a full-time job. I did a lot of study and wrote my exams, and I got my license.
Okay.
So that desire to do something
Yep.
for Samaj, that was dormant while I was, working for getting
So
my license.
I
But
should better say that the desire to do something different, and when I say something different, so maybe for your own nation, so that was the one desire that moved you beyond the Indian boundaries to cater the Indian culture, and apart from that, to build your own personality. That is all I should say, right, sir?
and
Yeah.
I can't agree more to it, because after coming here, I was able to do a lot.
Okay.
So I each that desire was dormant, but once I got my license, it came back to life. And
Okay.
I immediately started reading and sharing with friends and communities. I started studying, reading a lot about health related issues like trans fat, GMOs, processed food. And then I also moved to dharma, sanskriti, sabhyata, lot of topics.
Definitely,
So
I'll
that's
come
my
to that,
journey.
sir. I'll come to that shortly. So
Yeah.
now I would tell something about the factual knowledge that belongs to Canada. So for most of our audience might not be knowing about this, that Hinduism involves, or I should say, is the third largest religion in Canada. Actually, there are
Right.
8.5 lakh people who follow Hinduism there. There are
Right.
several cities, I must admit to that. So, sir,
Right.
I know that the Gerard Street is well known for the Indian commercial life. And
Right.
several occurrences have occurred where the Holi, Diwali, and all kind of festivals are well celebrated. Now, I would like to know about your experience. How have you been to that place, and what kind of a cultural affection you have seen there?
Right. So Gerard Street is actually in Toronto, which is about 400 kilometers from where we live.
Okay.
I have visited Gerard Street many times,
Yeah.
but not during the festival times.
All right.
But to answer your question about the response of the Canadian community,
Yeah.
and for Hindu festivals, what I would say is that it is excellent.
Okay.
We are able to celebrate all our festivals all across Canada without any kind of problems or discrimination. As long as we abide by the law,
Yeah.
there is no problem whatsoever at all. In fact, lot
Yeah.
of police staff,
And security is there.
MPs means member of parliament, MPP is member of provincial parliament, just like
Okay.
our MLS.
Yeah.
So MLA is equivalent to MPP. So lawmakers, government representatives, they all join our celebrations,
Correct.
our festivals, very willingly.
Yeah.
Even during Raksha Bandhan,
Okay.
our Hindu Swayam Sevak Sangh, the HSS is equivalent to RSS in Bharat.
Okay.
So HSS, so there are a lot of shakhas run over all over Canada.
Canada. So of the
So
HSS, right?
HSS, under
Yeah.
the banner of HSS.
Okay. Okay.
So a lot of girls from HSS go to police stations, tie
Okay.
Rakhi to police
During the
staff
Raksha
there, and
Bandhan
they are
festive.
very happy and they are perplexed. They are very happy. They are very, pleasantly surprised with this gestures. But this is happening every year, so now they are used to it. Our HSS children go to schools during Guru Purnima days, and
Yeah.
do Guru Vandana, so that and they are very receiving very
Joyful kind of a celebration, I
appreciating this
must say.
kind of gestures from our
Yeah.
side, and they are always so Canadian Hindus, Canadian whites, they are always supporting our
That's good.
even
That's really
we
good to
we
know.
are able to celebrate Ganesh Chaturthi,
Okay.
Navratri, yeah, white
I'm,
Canadians join us
I'm
in many times.
fascinated
Yeah.
to know that, sir, that the Ganesh Chaturthi is being celebrated there. All right.
Yes.
Moving ahead of that, coming to the profession question now, for now. Sir, I know that the Indian medical tourism is flourishing at some great rate. And the Indian medical science is also establishing itself across the globe. Its significance is growing day by day. Now, you are a pharmacist, sir, so you already must be knowing what kind of a influence the medical industry has across the globe. So did you ever try to combine the Indian Ayurveda with the latest kind of a medical technology ever, or have you established that kind of a, what I should say, that the healthy way of living, the traditional way of living? Have you ever inspired anyone, taught anyone the way of living, the way we do in India, anything like that?
Right. So, as a professional pharmacist,
Yeah.
the protocol for me is to stick to the allopathy centric way of medicine practice.
Okay.
So, in pharmacy, we are supposed to talk about the prescription drugs that are prescribed by doctors,
Okay.
and uh, there is another issue here. So to talk about Indian traditional way of healthy living
Yeah.
to Canadian population here or Canadians here, it has a lot of challenges. Number one, there is a huge gap between our way of living, their way of living.
Yeah.
Then there is a very big culture divide, and also about the mindset. In fact, in
Okay.
last 40-50 years, what has happened is that um, lot of people have, I mean, lot of families uh, have both husband and wife have to go to work because of higher cost of living, and because of that, the cooking, everyday cooking has become a relic of the past.
Okay.
Now people have turned to convenience food, which is basically highly processed food with lots of chemicals, and it is so the population has gone so far ahead in this
Yeah.
that it is extremely difficult for anyone to try and reverse. So that has to come from this society only.
Absolutely.
We and in pharmacy, I cannot talk much about it. What I can do is that when they get a prescription for any medical condition, I can recommend some herbal medications, because we in pharmacies we do sell herbal medications,
All right.
uh, or Ayurvedic medications, but that can be given as a supplementary medication, not the main medication. And again, like I said, to talk to them about healthy living conditions, there are challenges, and one has to be very careful also,
All right.
because of certain restrictions, professional guidelines also.
Got it, sir.
Having said that, and our own people, first generation immigrants from
Okay.
India, Indian diaspora,
Yeah.
in fact, many of them have actually joined their lifestyle, and
Okay.
have turned to convenience food.
All
So,
right.
so the challenge is big. And but what is happening is that slowly, certain section of population is realizing the benefit of Ayurveda, healthy living. So on their own, they are turning to ashwagandha, turmeric, coconut oil,
Definitely.
yoga. A lot of people are doing yoga, so they are. But it's a very slow process. But most important thing is that
People are
to
adopting to
start
that. I should say that firmly.
cooking every day is the key, and that is not happening soon, as
Okay.
I see.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So moving ahead of that, so as we know that you have translated the renowned author Rajiv Malhotra's book, Breaking India. So please summarize in short what all that book tries to help us with.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So, Rajiv Malhotra ji published this book,
Yeah.
Breaking India, in 2011.
Okay.
In this book, he exposes uh, what is going on in India since long time, since almost 150 200 years, about conversion of Hindus into Christianity, and behind this massive, conversion.
Conversion.
There are a lot of European American churches, think tanks, human rights organizations, governments, academics. All these people are involved, and billions of dollars are pouring in from America and USA and Europe,
Okay.
and foundations such as Ford Foundation, Templeton, Carnegie, Lewis, Pew.
Yeah.
All these foundations are Rockefeller. They are all involved big time in channeling these funds into India to the actors who are ready to do their job, and strangely, but actually not strangely now, because a lot of people already know that our some of the opposition parties are basically complicit in supporting this evangelism in India, like DMK, Marxist,
Yeah.
Congress. They are, and in South, especially in Tamil Nadu, a lot of media, they are actually owned by some of these political
Some of the
parties.
organizations, I would say,
Yeah.
maybe backed by
Now
political
Rajiv
organizations,
Malhotra,
maybe.
yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And Rajiv Malhotra ji exposed last 200-year plus Indologists from Europe,
Okay.
who created a lot of literature where they describe Hindus and India and Hindu dharma as primitive, as uncivilized.
Okay.
And church built up atrocity literature. Atrocity literature is something where you try to actually create a narrative where
Yeah.
you project certain. So here I'm talking about Hindus and Hindu dharma. So they have tried to project Hindus as primitive, as exotic, as violent, as completely uncivilized, as
Yeah.
irrational, who
Oh.
are who have no ethical moorings and things like that.
Yep.
And on these narratives, on this atrocity literature, the perception in West has prevailed that these people are uncivilized, and we need to actually bring them out of darkness, out of the uncivility. And
Correct.
that is how they have created the big narrative all across, that we need to bring these people
Stop
to
this actually.
civicness. Yeah. So that is what he has exposed. And Rajiv Malhotra ji has cautioned us time and again that we all need to do Purva Paksha.
Okay.
Purva Paksha of people who have sinister agenda, because they talk very nicely when you are meeting them. When they are in particular group, they talk things which appeals to this particular group. But when they are in talking different groups, they talk
Yeah.
something completely
Something
different.
completely different, I would say.
Yeah, so Purva Paksha is our tradition for thousands of years, where
Yeah.
actually we do complete, background checking. We try to understand the opponents completely so that we can expose them when there is need to. So that is what
Absolutely,
he
sir.
has actually, been always promoting. Yeah.
So I'm really glad that he translated his book. Okay, moving ahead of that, so you are also the director on board of the Canadian organization of Hindu Heritage for Education. So I would
Right.
like to know some insights about this organization. Please tell to our audience.
Yeah, sure. So, Ragini Sharma, Dr. Ragini Sharma, she is the founder of COHI, which
Okay.
is Canadian Organization for Hindu Heritage Education. And she founded this about 5 6 years back. And she is
Okay.
the one who did PhD on Rajiv Malhotra's book,
Oh wow.
Being Different.
Yeah.
And yeah, she has been working, for Hindu, Sabhyata, Hindu Sanskriti, Hindu heritage for many, many years. So I joined her organization only a few months back, even though
Okay.
we know each other since 10 years and we have been working, without me being on the board, we have been working together for many years. So the main objective of this organization, as the name actually explains,
Yeah.
so Hindu heritage education. So
Yeah.
the whole idea is to promote, to celebrate, to educate about Hindu heritage, and to make sure that we become voice of Hindu dharma and harmony in the world. That's the whole purpose, and we also try actively to make sure that we get equity and inclusivity in the public domain,
Yeah.
rather than being considered as something which doesn't get
Offer
counted.
to
Yeah.
see. All right, sir. Apart from that, I believe you have been staying in Canada for almost around 25 years by now.
Right. Yes.
And I think, sir, you will be the perfect one who can tell us about the real thing that is happening in Canada. Did you ever saw that any of the communities, especially the Hindu community or the Indian community, facing any kind of cultural or the racist challenges being there? Anything like that?
Okay. So, as I said before,
Yeah.
racism here is not visible. There
Okay.
is subtle racism, definite racism, definitely. Uh, Not everywhere, certain places, which is, I wouldn't say it's great,
Yeah.
like say, subtle. But yes, we are facing challenges in terms of Hindu hatred acts. So, but that is not coming from white Canadians. It is
Okay.
coming from other communities, and in fact, in last few years, the attacks have increased manifold. So Hindus visiting temples are harassed, sometimes physically attacked,
Yeah.
verbally abused. Uh, there are desecration of temples happening across Canada in our temples. Foul language, graffitis are written on the walls of our mandirs. In schools, actually, especially in bigger cities, bullying is happening just because the boy is Hindu. Some people of some community are trying to even force conversion of children in the school. This is happening.
Okay.
It's not by and large reported to the police,
Okay.
but these reports do get conveyed. These complaints are getting conveyed to the school authorities. But it is very challenging because some community people, they are kind of violent, and Hindus by and large, physically or mentally, we have that weakness of not
Yeah. Of
kind of able
course.
to stand up. But yes, this is happening, and unfortunately, till last year, Trudeau government was here.
Yeah.
That government was not helpful at all.
Oh,
The change of
really
the
sad to
government
hear about
last
that.
few months, yeah, Trudeau has gone, and now Mark Carney is the prime minister.
Yeah.
Hopefully, this government will be more helpful. So we are seeing the signs that this government is
Okay.
probably trying to be helpful.
We also
Yes,
hope
but
that things
these
get on a
attacks are
better
happening.
pattern. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, sir. So, apart from that, one piece of advice at your end for the ones who are going to settle beyond the Indian boundaries, how should they stay connected with the Indian culture?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I, I can make humble suggestions
Yeah.
to my brothers and sisters of Hindu community,
Yeah.
that the most important thing we must have it in our mind is that if we don't know from where we are coming, then
Yes.
we don't know where we are going. So it is extremely essential that we know what is our identity and we work hard to maintain our identity.
Absolutely.
If our forefathers, our ancestors had not worked hard to maintain our identity, our situation would have been completely different.
Absolutely,
So
sir. I truly agree with that.
if we don't take care of our identity now, our children and grandchildren will be greatly impacted.
All right.
So it is extremely necessary that we, right? Yes. Yeah, you said something?
Yes,
Saying
sir. So one question was just pricking my mind. Something that you miss the most about India, and also one thing that you want India should adopt from Canada.
right. Okay. So, what I miss about India, in lighter tone, I would say I miss coconut water. I miss palm fruits. I miss sugarcane juice. I miss salted peanuts, etc. But on a serious note, I miss the colors of the celebration, the vibrancy of the festivals. I miss
Absolutely.
the warmth of the families, the close bonding of the families and friends. That is something we miss. We have friends here, but it's different. India is completely different.
Yeah.
Now, what Canada can teach India? So
What?
there is one. I mean, there are few things which India can teach to the whole world, but this is one thing that I am pointing out: civic sense
True.
and enforcement of law. So in
Absolutely.
India, people don't have very sad to say this, but and I know I have
Deep
lived
down
there for
inside,
42
I
years,
agree to that, sir.
and we visit all the time, and this
Yep.
is my constant pain that people throw garbage and spit anywhere and everywhere.
Yep.
So I sometimes wonder, in India we have cameras to catch driving offenders. Is it not possible to catch those who throw garbage and spit
Definitely,
with
it's
the
possible,
cameras
sir.
and apply heavy fines? If
Definitely, it's possible.
if we can really, our politicians can develop political will, think about it and do something, I think we can see a dramatic improvement in the
I
cleanliness
purely agree to
standard.
that, sir. I agree to that, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, sir. My last question to you. Define India in just one line.
One line.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a
Satyam
difficult
Bruyat.
task altogether.
Oh, no, not difficult at all. You want me to define India or India? Okay, so
Yeah.
India or see, to me, India is nothing but Sanatana Dharma,
Purely agree. Purely
right?
agree.
So if I want to describe Sanatana Dharma, I mean there are so many possible one-liners, but I would say Satyam Bruyat Priyam Bruyat Na Bruyat Satyam Apriyam Priyam Cha Nanrutam Bruyat Eshaha Dharma Sanatana. Or I can
Absolutely.
say it's an open.
All right, sir. As you mentioned the entire line in Sanskrit, so I was well able to recall that sir has actually taught Sanskrit in Windsor, Canada for around 6 years, and we are really honored to know that, sir, you have been following to our cultural roots for all this while. So that is something really fascinating to know. And sir, before we end this session, first of all, I would like to thank you for joining with us, sharing your valuable time with us. And I'm damn sure that all of our audience would have loved this entire session, the mind-blowing kind of facts that you have shared with us, especially, sir. Anything that you would like to
Thank you.
add, sir?
Yeah. So can I, uh, share my few, ideas with our Hindu brothers and sisters?
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely, you can.
Yeah. So I would recommend, most important, that try to speak in mother tongue, matrubhasha at home as far as possible.
Correct.
Number one. Number two, encourage your children. Encourage, first of all, learn yourself
Yeah.
about our dharma, our sanskriti, our sabhyata. We have so much of material. And then, once you get into that journey, encourage your children to join some classes, because by and large in schools they don't teach this kind of subjects. At least so far, this is not happening, neither in North America nor in Bharat. So let them join some classes like Bal Vihar or Bal Gokulam or Swadhyaya. We run Bal Vihar here in Windsor, and we did ran Bal Gokulam for more than 10 years.
Yeah.
So encourage your children to join these kind of classes where value education for character building is provided, which is there in our text. Third, encourage them to learn Sanskritam, right? Sanskrit language right from childhood, because it's a very
Absolutely.
difficult language. If you
Yeah.
try to learn once you get adult, it's very hard.
Yeah.
We find it hard because we started learning late. But at least from my experience, I would like to say that encourage children to learn in from
Sanskrit.
childhood.
Yeah.
Number four, in Bharat, if possible, send your children to Gurukulam, if possible.
Okay.
I know there are not too many Gurukulams in Bharat,
Yes,
but
sir.
if you find one, and send them there if possible. Think, discuss in your family, and then if you can afford, if you don't find any Gurukulam, if you can afford, help some qualified person to start a Gurukulam.
All right.
There is no bigger seva than this. Yeah.
Absolutely. I purely agree to that, sir. And again, sir, thanks a lot for giving your valuable time and sharing your views with us. And apart from that, I believe our audience would have loved this entire session. And if in case you have any questions, so drop down in the comment section below. We'll definitely go through this. Apart from that, take good care of yourself and we'll see you in the next one. All right.